Hey, what's up guys? Charlie here with Pryor Media, coming at you in lovely 4K this time to bring you another WordPress theme tutorial. Today we're going to take a look at the X WordPress theme, and I've gotten some requests to do more tutorial-like stuff, not necessarily reviews, which is great. I have no problem teaching things. I'm not gonna like teach you how to build a site start from scratch or anything, but I do feel like perhaps it would help people to really understand the power of some of these WordPress themes if we look at how we can create things and sort of how we can use the tools that are given to us with these themes. So with that, we're going to take a look at the new 3.0 version of X and talk about some of the extensions and some of the actual features that come with it. And then I'm going to highlight basically how to implement one of them for you today. Okay, so let's get started. So this is X, as you can see, and if you want to learn more information, about 3.0, just visit the previous video I made. You'll see an annotation pop up on the screen, I don't know, probably somewhere over here. You can click that and go see that if you want, but this one's going to talk about one particular extension in particular. Wow. Okay, it's morning. It's the morning. It's the weekend. I can't talk. So we're going to take a look at Content Doc. This is the first one in the list of extensions that are here. I may look at some other ones in the future, but for now, we're just going to look at Content Doc. And basically, to get a demo of how this works, you can click that and you can sort of view how this works. So I'm going to click example 2 for here, and then if I scroll down, we'll see that it sort of pops out and says hello. There's another example if I click 5. There's 5 different examples, so you can click a bunch of different ones. Lots of different styles you can implement here. If I go to example 1, you can kind of see that we do one of these numbers here, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'll click 4 this time just to see. All right, cool. Promote your products. So this is the one we're going to be implementing on Pryor Media, and I'm going to use my own live site and implement it right on my own live site. And then you guys can check out what it really looks like live on your own computers, because I'm going to leave it up. I think I want to keep it, so it's going to be great. So we'll go ahead and get started. There's Pryor Media, pryormedia.net, so you can check that out if you want. We also offer X theme services. If you'd like to get some more information on X or get this set up for you as a configuration service, we can also do that as well. And I think for this page in particular, and a couple of other pages like maybe About Us or something, I want to have a pop-up sort of come up maybe on the left side here, one of these content docs. And I want to have it advertise the fact that I do educational type services, I guess. I want to make sure that people understand that we don't just build websites, we don't just make videos. We try to teach people things. We try to sort of help them to better understand what they're working with so that they can be more independent with their website rather than relying on me as a developer or me as a designer or whoever to do things for them. All the time, because it gets expensive. If you have to have somebody else do things for you all the time, it gets expensive. So if you can spend a little bit of money up front to learn it, it's kind of like that whole give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day, teach a man to fish, and he'll eat for a lifetime. It takes a little bit more effort to learn how to fish than it does to just pay for the fish. But once you learn how to fish, you never have to pay for the fish again. That's the object of this. So let's say I want to demonstrate, or let's say I want to have a content doc fly out here that sort of gets people into maybe talking about the benefits of hiring me as a whatever, basically. So we're going to go into my WordPress dashboard here, and the first thing that's going to need to happen is in the X add-on screen. This is after you've already activated X. And granted, there's a lot of extra stuff on this doc, so just try to ignore the fact that a lot of this stuff is here. Most of this stuff has nothing to do with X, but the part we're going to focus on is right here, this X add-ons area. So first thing you need to do is validate your X installation. You need to just validate your stuff to make sure that you get access to the extensions by validation. So you can see here I've got my validation update key or my API key installed right here. It's blurred out, but you can see that it's green, so it's been accepted. This means this is ThemeCo's way of saying, okay, you've purchased the theme. We know you've purchased the theme now, so here are the extensions that you can install. So I'm going to go over here to the left side. I'm going to go ahead and click Extensions. And it's in this screen. Again, this is within my WordPress installation, within my admin dashboard here. You'll see that we have all these extensions that were just on that example page. So I can go ahead and click Install Plugin. Now, it's important to distinguish that these extensions, even though they're called extensions, they are actually plugins. They are installing plugins in your site just like any other plugin. But the difference is that you can only get these through the extensions menu of X. These are custom made for X. They're made to work, they're made to look, they're made to fit with X. So while there may be a lot of plugins or extensions in this way that will work with X, these ones are actually built specifically for this theme, which tends to be a better way to go about things. So we've got Content Doc. It's active, you can see. And so now it's time to get busy with this. Now, a lot of times plugins will add menus or like custom menus over here, but X's extensions actually add them underneath this extensions section here. So you can see Content Doc has been added right here. So let's go ahead and click this. And there we go. So by default, we've got a lot of stuff here sort of activated. I've gone ahead and activated a bunch of these pages already because I wanted this particular implementation of Content Doc to be effective for these particular pages. So you select these just like you would select multiple options in any other web interface. You know, you hold down Control if you're on a Windows computer, hold down Command if you're on a Mac, and just start clicking the ones that you want to basically select. And any page that's selected, the Content Doc will appear on this page. Of course, you can have individual settings here, left or right. This is the left side of the window or the right side of the window. There's also the width in pixels, display percentage. So this is basically, you know, how far down the page do you want to have to scroll down before this pops out, basically. Then you have stylistic characteristics of your Content Doc. So you've got like your text color, your heading colors, etc. And then you can also elect to show a shadow around the doc if you want it to pop out a little more or whatever. I have a fairly flat, shadow-free design. I don't necessarily call it flat, but it's shadow-free right now. So adding a shadow here wouldn't really work with my overall site's, I guess, my style. So I'm not going to go ahead and elect that. But this is the settings I'm going to choose for this. And once you get this up and running and you get this, these settings the way you want, just go ahead and click Update up here, and you'll be good to go. Now, the Content Doc, and I don't know about every plugin, but the Content Doc specifically, the settings for the individual thing you want to show is found in the Widgets section. So let's go ahead and go to the Widgets. We're going to go down to Appearance, Widgets, and we're going to see that we've got Content Doc right here in the Widgets area. So I open this up, and we add things here, and that's what's going to appear in the Content Doc. So I'm going to go ahead and use a text widget because it gives me the most flexibility in how I want to do things. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a text, come up here and slide up here, and now we've got this here. Now, I've gone ahead and pre-made I'm going to go ahead and use it on my other monitor here real quick because I don't like showing people all my stuff, you know. I've gone ahead and pre-made some text that I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just find this. It's here somewhere. Here it is. So here's the text I want to use, and I'm going to go ahead and just pop it in right here. So this is the text I want to use for this. I can also add a title here if I want. So I'm going to say Pryor Media is different. And I'll just use that as my title. So when I hit save here, we're going to have this stuff appearing on all the pages I selected in that other menu, in that Content Doc settings area. So to demonstrate this, let's go to About Us. I'll go back to my About page. And we can sort of read about. I'm scrolling down. So far, nothing pops out. We see the Content Doc is right here, but I haven't saved the changes to that widget yet, so nothing is in there. So we'll go ahead and save the changes to that widget. And again, I've already pre-made this, and you can kind of see how I made this. I got a title here. I got a little bit of a little blurb here, if you will, a little bit of excerpt text here. And then I've got some HTML that embeds a link within an image. So like this is basically embedding, this is the link for the image. For those of you who aren't familiar with how HTML works, this is the actual link that you will go to when you click the image, the href, the hypertext reference, inside the anchor. And then we've got the image tag here, image source right here. And then this is the actual location of this image that we're about to see. This is where this is where this image is physically located on the server. And of course, we have the end of the anchor tag as well. So this is all one HTML element, one image, a link that is taking the user to this link when you click the image, and I go ahead and save it. And that's basically how we're going to rock and roll on that. So we'll go ahead and refresh this page. And because of my caching system, I may have to actually dump the cache in order to see this, but maybe not. Ah, there it is. So it looks pretty elegant. We've got this little pop-up window here. Now, I can't zoom in normally, so I guess we're just going to have to zoom in with the video. There we go. You can see we have Pryor Media is different. What separates us from the rest here, blah, blah, blah. You know, I might want to shorten this text up a little bit because this here sticking out like that, it's not nearly as clean as I'd like it to be. I may also want to make this text just a little bit more bold in the future, but you can sort of see how this dynamic works. You can sort of just see how this works. It's really clean. It pops right out. It's sort of like, as I'm reading down the page, right? Like say I go to my X theme services where I'm offering setup services for X. And all my X-based videos are embedded right here. If I scroll down this page and I'm reading about, oh, cool, X is this thing that I didn't realize, and it's friendly setup, and okay, we can do all this stuff. That's cool. And as I scroll down, all of a sudden, boom, this pop-up window comes out. It prompts me to action. It prompts me as a user to look at it because it's moving. And then I can see it over here. And when I click the image, remember, we have a link embedded in the image. So if I click the image, I actually get taken to the page where I talk about 5 advantages of hiring my company. And so there you go. That's how you implement this. And you'll notice I didn't actually select this blog post for that content doc. When we were selecting things in the admin section, I'll go back up to add-ons content doc. And you can see that I didn't elect to show this particular content doc in that page. So as I scroll down here, you'll see that we have 5 great advantages of hiring Pryor Media. This is right here. It's a post, but I don't have it selected. And because I don't have it selected, it doesn't appear when I scroll down the page on this page. And why would I want it to? Because the content doc is leading them to this page. It makes no sense for me to have the doc slide out on this page if it's just going to take them to this page, if it's talking about this page. They're already looking at it. And so there you go. That's how you implement the content doc. If you have any additional questions related to X specifically, please consult the developers first. They're excellent. They provide excellent support. Go into ThemeCo, log in with your account after you purchase the theme, which you can get, by the way. If you don't have this theme already, it's not like you're a dummy or anything. I mean, maybe it's just not for you. But if you think it is for you, annotation in the top left-hand corner, links in the description below will get you to get basically the more information on the product page, and you can purchase it if you'd like. Consult the developers first for help. If you need additional help that they can't provide, like more invasive help, like actually do this for me, please kind of help, then feel free to contact us. You know, we're always available for hire. So yeah, that's pretty much it. My self-promotion is over with. This is Charlie from Pryor Media and Hot Tips, and I will see you next time.